YouTube? Three Sons RC come back at you another quick bench, then full bash video of this Kronos 2022 XTR. Super excited to get this thing out there and bash it, but we're just going to quickly drop the electronics in here. I'm not going to go over any kind of crazy details, just going to show you what I'm putting in. So for the motor, I went with the Kronos 825. It's got plenty of punch for 6S, even 4S is going to be plenty on there. Probably going to be running a little bit bigger tooth on there, probably like a 14-15 tooth to kind of test it out, see how it goes. But for ESC, I went with the Firma 160 from Spectrum, and this is a great ESC. It's 8S capable. I'm not going to need anything close to that. It's just got a little bit more amperage. I love the BEC on this. It goes to 8.4, so you get a lot of power out of the servo. Now for the servo, I went with this Flash Hobby, now Butu, I think that's how you say it, and Nymod makes basically the same exact servo. It's just and for the transmitter receiver combo, I went with a Dumbo RC because I already had the transmitter, just ordered another receiver because this transmitter can handle multiple receivers. Let's go ahead and drop these electronics in here. 1, 2, and 3. So we're about to get this thing out here and bash it. I know that's what you want to see. I know that's why you clicked on the video. So let's get to that real quick. But before I do, I'm going to show you what's powering it. I'm going to be using these Ovonic batteries. Got these 100C 6500 milliamp hour batteries from Ovonic. I pretty much mostly use Ovonic batteries. I've used a couple different brands and have stuck with them for over the years because they're always a great value in the industry. They have great sales, honestly, on their website. This is a 6S 5200 50C that's over 2 years old. Almost the same exact size, plus over 1,000 more milliamp hours and almost the same exact weight. So that's a great battery pack for us. Check them out on their website. Link in the description, right? Got the Firma 160 locked in place by the tried and true double sticky tape on the bottom, zip tie on the top, and Corrali did some smart thinking here where they had this kind of canal underneath the battery tray where you can route all your wires, and I kind of took a shortcut across here to get it into the receiver box because there's a little bit of a ways to get it over there. So one thing though about this battery tray that I really like is it's not held in there by 3mm screws coming up from the bottom. It's actually 4mm screws into locking bolts with Loctite on there. So what's nice about this, it's not going anywhere. So for the receiver box, it's the same thing. So you have 4 screws that go up to the bottom that secure the servo in the servo mount. And this is one piece right here. And then also that's held in by 2 4mm screws to the bottom. So this whole box is held in by 6 screws. That thing's going nowhere. And yeah, I'm a big fan of having metal servo mounts around here. This is all plastic, but you know, this is locked in really well. Check out how locked in this servo looks. And that's not moving a bit under load. The more I work on this truck, the more I find just smart, tough basher moves here by Corrali Racing. I got the slide motor mount here. They use 4mm screws that go into the actual mount, and then up top here, in order to operate the slide, again, 4mm on the top and right here, and that's how the motor slides in and out to set your mesh. And in order to set your mesh, you want to make sure to take this whole piece out, and the way you do that is there's this little rubber gasket here. You just slide it off the end, and then this guy right here, this pin just pulls right out, and then the tower just tips right back, and then you'll take this off with just these 2 screws that are right behind there. That way you have full access to set your mesh accurately. And just nice hardware choices, again, with the 4mm going into the slide mount and into the actual motor mount. This receiver box also well thought out. Actually, the wires route behind there and go up through a hole right there that you can see and into the box. There is no sealant here, so what I did is I did just grab some shoe glue. I'm a real big fan of it. I just played with it in my finger till it got dry enough so it wouldn't be super tacky and super sticky, and then shoved it in that hole just to help with water resistance. It shouldn't be an issue anyway, but I just don't want water to possibly get up into the receiver box. So that'd be something moving forward that I would suggest that they add, and maybe like a little rubber gasket seal that goes around the top of the box right here would be something that make us feel a little bit more comfortable taking our rigs out there in the rain and the snow and stuff like that. Should be fine either way again, but something that I do suggest. But enough waffling. Let's get this rig out here and see if this thing can take a run at the king of bashers in the 6S category. This thing looks like a beast, but we're going to send it. We're going to test this thing out. Let's go, baby. We're going to test this out with the data logger, see what kind of speeds we get, and then we're going to jump it up to 6S. Let's go.
This thing's pretty wild on 4S. All right, we're gonna get a 4S pass in here, see how fast you can go. She is pinned. That's flat out. 42 miles per hour. That's not too bad on 4S. Man, 4S might be the sweet spot for this thing. We'll see when we start getting to there. First hit with Kronos. Man, she's nice on 4S. That was my bad driving. I meant to hit the brake. I just had too much time to think about it. Oh, that just popped off. Nothing even broke, just sheared through the bolts. I could probably just use a couple different set of holes on there and get her back on, but I'm gonna run her out the wing for now. That's driver error on that. Oh, trying to pause it for a minute on 4S, I couldn't quite pull it around. Putting that durability to a test, baby. Took it right to the front. All right, we're going 6S now. Whoa, holy cow. All right, Team Corrali, you sent me this rig. I only know one thing to do here. That's a good 115. Oh, that was a nice transition. Man, this thing is a ferocious beast on 6S, guys. Holy crap. Whoa. Man. Oh God, this truck is just insane. Let's see how much distance I get. Man. I tried to do a late one. Landed right on the back. Durability test for the XTR, baby. I have a feeling she okay. Oh, she not. Yeah, that's standoff. That's me right there. Oh, and one of these. Oh, good thing I didn't lose my dog bone. Just gonna show you guys how minimal of a damage that was. I'm just using a couple different set of holes. What's cool about this is you can see closely. There's locking nuts. There's locking nuts all over this truck. So you can really crank these down really good. Yeah, driver error, but it's nice to see that I can use just a couple different set of holes here. All right, I got a punch turned down to 3 from 5. So 5 is just a little crazy with 160 amp on there with 100C batteries, at least for me to get used to this truck. So we'll see how this goes. All right, it's send it time on 6S. A little bit of tire rubbage. Man, this thing is just ferocious. Ooh, I think I just lost power on that. Shock standoff look good. I think I just lost power. She just handles so nice. It's the wing. That's why it toppled over. It's not the driving, it's the wing, because the wing came off the stability. I'm gonna blame it on the wing. Nah, it was me. Those tires are so grippy. Stuck the landing. That's the definition of stuck the landing. Oh, the pole. Almost at the pole. Gotta stay away from that pole. She's taking a pounding. Woo! Little floater. Rig is just dialed. Oh dang, I think I killed the servo already. The servo, I killed the servo.
All right, now a quick after action report from the Kronos XTR from Three Sons RC. Now, you know, we are not shy about our rigs. We're gonna show you how tough this rig is, how it took the beating. You saw that footage, you saw the airs. It was getting close to 130 feet on some of those airs. I did measure it out off camera. This rig handles so well. It is really dialed. The suspension is just perfect. It just handles way better than I thought it would. I'm super impressed with that. The tires are super grippy. I do need to vent these a little bit, and I could use with a little bit thicker diff oils in the center for sure. I'm probably gonna go to 400,000 or 500,000 in the center, but let me kind of break down what went bad. This servo, don't get it. So I showed you that at the beginning. Just don't bother. Get like a Power HD servo or something like that if you want to go cheap. That is not a good cheap servo. It's probably going to conk out on my other rig also. So what went great is obviously all the shafts are great. The center shafts, the 7075 chassis, super straight. It's all good.
You know, I tried to run into that fence to fix the servo because I figured fixing a cheapo eBay $35 special servo, run into a fence, might fix the servo. Truck can take it. I know the truck can take it.
Not a single thing was broken on a good landing.
That's nothing.
All of them were either upside down or I ripped the wing off doing a crazy wheelie. So can't fault the truck for anything that broke, honestly, on this bash. You didn't see anything break that was honestly the truck's fault at all.
But yeah, that servo's dead. Lost a body tether too, and a wing. But you know, those are super dirt cheap parts.
No busted arms, no pop pillow balls. All the essential components are still rock solid on this rig, and you saw the wrecks that it took. And you also saw that we were definitely not holding back when we were sending this rig.
There's some ballooning, but I need to vent those tires. They're vented from the factory, but...
And about maybe $15 worth of parts for how bad I wrecked and pushed this rig. I'm comfortable with that. That is not anything more than I would have expected to be broken with any of my other rigs, with the wrecks that I took. You saw it. Some of it was just me getting used to the truck and how fast it is. The punch setting was way too high for 160 amp on max punch with this motor combo and 100 C-packs on 6S. It was just too much. The adjustment from 4S, it was just too much of a jump for me at least, and I wasn't quite ready for it, so my fault on that. And that caused me to pull this wing off, and it actually pulled right through here. These are just simple little replaceable parts, and actually there's other holes on here you can use if you want to. But yeah, structural integrity, all this stuff, all the things that matter, nothing was bad on that. Also, I did lose a shock standoff. I used the M2C one. It didn't fit perfect, so I don't suggest it right now, but it got me through the bash because at home I had a bag of these parts from Jenny's RC. for the Kronos, and I just didn't bring it with me, so my fault on that.
I would say 6S, used with caution.
I broke a turnbuckle end because when this shock standoff broke through, it actually ripped off the end of this, and I had one of these lying around. I don't need the adjustments. I know the turnbuckles are great. They have an adjustment. I'm not that technical. I just bash. You know, maybe in the front I understand the adjustment, but I'm fine with having a non-adjustable turnbuckle in the back. So the wing, the shock standoff, and the turnbuckle end. Overall, super successful bash. You saw the airs. This thing was just tearing up the track. Hope you guys enjoyed the footage. There's a lot more to come from this rig, from this Corrali Kronos 2022 XTR. They seem to really have addressed a lot of the weak points from the previous generation, and I'm so excited to run. This truck just handles, honestly, like a dream, and you know the rigs that I've run. It just handles so well in the air. I was having a lot of fun with this rig, so super excited to get this thing out again. Like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate y'all, and thanks again to Corrali. It is my opinion that this truck is right up there with the elite of the elite, the top of the line 6S rigs right now for durability and especially for drivability. This thing handles amazingly. So props to Corrali, great rig, and just keep watching for more content.